No, it was exactly like that. Like for some days, like there would be some days where we wouldn't eat because we just cannot afford to.
So I wanted to get a bit more in depth with the cities, countries, foods that you experienced throughout the race. Which was your favourite country and city from the race?
Favourite country and city? City-wise, it's got to be Chengdu. Like, it was next level technology. Like, the people, it just being in China, it just felt like you were in China, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like anywhere else in the world I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the big bright lights, just everything. Like, and the food was... Yeah, now I'm surprised I didn't show it, but me and my dad had probably the hottest meal we've ever had in our lives. Like,
oh, really?
Just because Chengdu is known for the spice, and we've gone to this hot pot place, and I've literally been in tears eating this chili, and so's my dad, and we've been on the train the day after, and we've been suffering, and yeah, it were an experience, spicy to say the least. Yeah.
And Chengdu, was that a massive culture shock when you arrived there?
At first, yeah. But like, I've always, because I lived in a small little village, there's not really much to do. So like, when I go to a city like London, Manchester, I love cities. And it's what I'd been waiting for throughout the whole journey, is actually go to like a major city and like experience it. So, which we didn't really do, because we were always either on the move or we felt like we were in the sticks a lot. So it was really cool to just get in a full city and just experience that. But yeah. But they didn't show that me and my dad got a single bed for like 99 yen, and we had to top and tail. But it was like this 5-star hotel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was a cool experience. We got to stay in a 5-star hotel, but we were top and tailing in a single bed, which won the best.
And Chengdu is your favourite city, but
is
your favourite country China, or is it somewhere else?
Favourite country China or Vietnam, definitely. Yeah, it was just something different. And Thailand as well, but I didn't really get to experience Thailand.
Yeah.
Like, before I set off from the journey, I always said that I've always wanted to visit Thailand because the beautiful little islands, the little islands, just the way it looks. But obviously we rushed through it in like 2 days, so I didn't really get to experience it.
Literally just focused on trying to get to that finish line at that point.
Yeah, that's it. It was the last leg, so it was all rushed. And I definitely want to go to Thailand and experience it properly.
And Chengdu is perhaps a bit more pricey in terms of like Asian currencies. Is there a city which you would recommend if someone could go there on a budget?
On a budget, I recommend Uzbekistan.
Yeah?
It were a really cool place. Like, the people were cool, the architecture were cool. Everything was just cool about it. It wasn't expensive, I wouldn't say so. Samarkand, legendary place. My dad was in awe all the time, like, because he's read this book, Journey to Samarkand, since he were a little kid. So it's literally always been his dream to visit this place. So like, you could tell his emotions and his feelings that he was in a maze, that he was at this place, and it was really cool for me to experience it with him.
Amazing, because Uzbekistan's a place that obviously isn't on traditional backpacking trips. It isn't on an itinerary where people would usually go. So you'd recommend people explore Central Asia and go to Uzbekistan? Yes,
definitely. That's what I mean. Like, people don't really know about Uzbekistan. People don't really know about Kazakhstan. People think of Kazakhstan as Borat, if I'm right. You know what I mean? Obviously, Borat, amazing film and whatnot, but it's not known as Borat, you know what I mean? Like, they show it on the film, but it's not as it is on the film. Like, yeah, it's a beautiful place. I recommend going.
Amazing. And this is a bit of a random one, because I don't imagine that you'd perhaps want to move from Bradford. But if you could live in any city that you experienced from the race, which would you choose?
If I could live in any city from the race, it would Bangkok.
Yeah?
Yeah, it seemed like a really cool place. I reckon I could have enjoyed myself there.
Yeah.
Personally, I'll be honest. I'm looking again at Bradford as much as possible. Yeah, I don't really have much family over here. My dad's side of family are, but I'm not really that close to him. All my family are in Australia and Latvia, so I think on my mum's side. So it's just, I don't know, Bradford's always been a place for me. It's just like, it's Bradford. Like, obviously, I love where I'm from and I've grown up here, but it's the way, it's England, it's the weather. It's just not me. I'm more of a warm weather sort of person and just, like a beach sort of guy. So being in England, it don't go, if I'm honest.
Yeah. So have you got your sights set on moving abroad then?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be in Australia in the next 10 years or somewhere. I'm not going to be in England. I just can't see it. I don't want to spend all my life in England.
Nice. Brave decision, but I think it'll be good.
Yes,
so I wanted to talk about the food a bit more in depth. You mentioned that really spicy meal, but I imagine that wasn't your favourite meal from the entire race. I wanted to pick out, when you arrived in China and no one else was there and you went to go check on the book and you were like, oh, they've still not arrived. You had this absolute mountain of food. It looked like some sort of like pad thai or something.
Yeah.
Was that your best meal?
Yeah, it must have been. Like, they were the best tasting sort of thing. Like, it were proper like egg fried rice, sort of proper Chinese food. And my dad didn't actually like any of it.
Oh, so really?
That's why there was so much of it. And I had to eat it all to myself pretty much. And I was just like, I'm hungry, don't get me wrong. I ain't really eaten all week, but it's a bit too much sort of thing. And my dad were eating his tofu and whatnot. And but that food was, it felt like it was cooked by five-star chef sort of thing. Yeah, just amazing. And the view was incredible. And
that was in the morning, wasn't it? So that would have been your breakfast, am I right?
Yeah, Wang Yao. Yeah. It was more brunch. Yeah. It was more like 11 o'clock.
Nice. Any other meals that you can pick out that were particularly good?
Not good, interesting. Was eating the widgety grub and the cockroach in Thailand. Literally, when we got in the border of Thailand and we needed something to eat, we ordered some widgety grubs and whatnot. That were a weird experience, I must say. But I don't mind trying new things personally. So it had a crunch, it had a bit of a weird thing, but wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I respect you for doing that. I'm not sure I would have been brave enough.
See, I watch I'm a Celebrity get me out of here, and I think they're eating things the easiest.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't do like trapped under doors and whatnot, but the eating challenge is easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah, I reckon so.
I wanted to pick out a moment. When you went to that bus station, I think it was, in Thailand, and you were negotiating with the guy and you said, can we get our tickets for £21? Was it 21?
Yes.
And
21.
Yeah, rather than 25. And you cut to your dad and he said, oh, if we can save ourselves £1, we can eat tonight. Was it really that bad, or was that dramatized for TV?
No. It was exactly like that. Like, for some days, like, there would be some days where we wouldn't eat because we just cannot afford to.
Wow.
Sort of thing. And we'd need to go work because they won't guarantee that we'd go work, sort of thing. But like, some days we'd have some bread for the day, where other days we'd eat really, really well. You know what I mean? So it would mix and match, but there was definitely times where hunger came in a lot. And the worst thing was, like, when we'd go to a restaurant, we'd have to order the cheapest thing on the menu, which was the hardest thing for me, because it was just like, we weren't eating much and we're traveling so much and we're seeing all this amazing food, beautiful food, which I want to try everything, but I'm only trying like the bread or the chips or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's not really, you know what I mean, like how you'd actually experience it.
Yeah. Well, at least you weren't like Sam in Series 2.
No, definitely.
Sam in Series 2, when he went off and kind of was spending loads of money on the spaghetti and all these Western foods, absolutely loved it. But then he didn't even get to the end.
Loved it.
So you did the right thing, you'd say.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it was hard at times. That was one of the hardest things, was the hunger and the eating and stuff.